All right, today we're gonna go over a few strategies. Some have never heard this before, ever, and I like that, right? So you'll be able to capitalize on knowledge. That's all we need to do, right? Capitalize on knowledge. Everyone here should have a favorite stock that they look at, right? Every day. Y'all know my favorite stock, Tesla. But understand how it moves, right? Understand what it does, the characteristics, the personality of that stock. When it comes to the strategy, I got to start at 9 o'clock because Earn is not on as yet. Somebody let me know when Earn jumped on so that I can go over that specific strategy, please.
Here.
What up, Lenny? Bye-bye. Any questions before we get started also? Because y'all know the market could be crazy, Zoom be crazy, and if you guys aren't able to ask questions. What up, Sin? What up, Chris?
Yo. I'll use it as I please.
Did you say you wanted to know the earnings for Tesla?
You guys see the name Bags right there? You see that guy? Him and Trey. Trey is the one that was talking. Fire traders. Fire. We've been trading together for years. Fire. So if I don't know it, one of them probably know it. Or EC, one of us. I recommend having a strong circle of people that are experienced, even better than you, so that you can always be learning, always be understanding, always be adapting to the market, understand the conditions of the market. All right. But anybody have any questions? Well, I'll actually go over this strategy because I know Aaron already knows this one. So you guys saw how we hit MSTR over the head last week, right? I didn't go too much into detail on that as much. I didn't get a chance to. So at the beginning of the week, about an MSTR call for the week. Now, to understand how MSTR moves, you have to understand how Bitcoin is moving. MSTR is built around only buying Bitcoin. That's all they do. That's their model. Take out a zero interest loan and buy Bitcoin. So as long as I know that a company that's all they're doing is buying Bitcoin, if Bitcoin is gaining in value, that company will gain in value. People will see that as a benefit, as a push higher, right? So with Bitcoin being so close to 100K, we bought calls into MSTR. Look where Bitcoin is now. What did we watch over the weekend? Bitcoin, I put out a message in the chat. Understand what Bitcoin is doing over the weekend so that you can understand how the market is doing. If we get news when the market is closed, Bitcoin will move. There you go, finally. If we get news over the weekend or after the market closes, if Bitcoin moves because Trump is talking or whatever the case may be, or we get a deal, you can get an understanding on the market. So that's why I always have MSTR in the bottom corner so that I have an understanding on what Bitcoin is doing. It helps show the leader in that sector. Same thing with NVIDIA and of course SPOT. But since my dog Earn on, I can go ahead and get into the nitty gritty. Y'all ready? Let me make sure y'all ready. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Y'all ready?
Whiskey.
Y'all ready? I got 53 people and only one person said yes, sir. Ski.
Yeah.
We here, brother. We here.
Come on.
Let's go.
Let me
Let's
make
go.
sure everybody can
Yes,
hear
sir.
me.
We here.
Everybody can hear me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm making sure.
Good.
Earn, you on here?
Yeah, I'm here. You hear the
Waiting for you,
Clippers? I'm
brother.
here though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pulling up to the crib right now.
All right, so I'm going to post a link in the Zoom. I want you to copy it. As soon as you copy it, click it. It's not no spam or anything like that. It's going to be a scanner from Finnaviz. Finnaviz is a stock website that shows beautiful things. You can have a scanner to see based on volume, based on premium, based on different characteristics that you want, right? different parameters. So I put one already together for you guys. So all you have to do literally is copy and paste, and it'll go straight to it. Now the scanner, I'm going to explain it. Now we just had earnings season, right? We just had earnings season. We're still technically in earnings season. So earnings is when a company announces how they've been doing for the past 3 months, and if they're going to continue to be doing well from what they have been doing, right? So if they report better than expected numbers, normally we see a big pop higher, a nice run up, right? You'll see after hours, it's up $20, $30, $40, 10%, 5%, 20%, whatever, right? Now, you can benefit from this. Now, Ern has said it before, I would rather play the reaction. So the after it already reports. So I'd rather play the reaction after it reports, right? So this strategy is specifically on trading based on the reaction after a company has announced earnings and they have reported better than expected earnings. I'm going to say it again, after they have announced earnings and they will be better than expected earnings. So those stocks that have had those huge gap ups right after earnings, the scanner will help you start to find those. Now, when it comes to a run up, we normally see a nice pop, some selling happens, and then it continues in that direction. I've said this before on Tesla, for example. After it reports earnings, normally for a few weeks or a couple weeks, we continue to see that trend go. Ern, can you confirm if I'm right or wrong, brother? Is that right?
You're right.
So what happens after earnings gets reported, we get that nice pop. Normally, most people, most traders want to capitalize on that move, that initial move. But what happens? What can happen? Number one, we can get IV crush. So the implied volatility decreases. Number two, let's say market opens the next day and you only had one contract. You're deciding if you want to sell it, hold on to it, get rid of it. You don't know if it'll keep going up, right? But let's say after it does announce earnings and it runs up. When price starts to settle, remember that 2 to 3 weeks that it can continue that trend. That's what we're looking for. We want to capitalize on after earnings have reported, and it's going to continue that trend. Right now, I'm saying the strategy now because we're more in a market where it's bullish, right? We got a lot of beautiful news. We're getting trade deal after trade deal. Trump is talking good about this and that. So we're in that market where we can swing. Before, half the day would be red and then 10 minutes would be green and then the rest of it red, right? But now we're starting to get more of trend days. We get really more of a bigger move compared to what we were getting in the past weeks. So this is the time to be able to capitalize on those moves, right? Does everyone understand so far what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yes, Sirski.
So far, right? So as we're trading, I'm gonna let me send that link before I forget, boy. Hold on.
You gonna send it here on the Discord?
I'm gonna send it on both.
All right.
Because I know some are in Discord. Now, one thing you will have to do, you will have to click on at the top, the filter that says optionable, so that it only shows you the contracts that have, or the stocks that have options on them. So by default, I accidentally had it on shares. Let me make sure, hold on, let me make sure this is the right link. Hold up. Damn it. This ain't the right link, hold on. I think pulled up one stock. There we go. Actually, it might have saved the optionable. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's saved it. I'm gonna pull it up on, I'm gonna share screen and then pull it up to show you guys how to maneuver through so that you're used to using this. I'm not trying to lead you blind. All right, so lean. All right, so let me share screen. All right, perfect. And I'm gonna go over when you would be expected to sell, right? It's like, all right, so it's going up. When do we sell? So let me pull up the link to Finnaviz, right? And then, oh yeah, it does show it. So in the top corner it says options. So that means these are only stocks that have had options, and they've had earnings. The earnings defaulted is within the past 5 days. You can change it as time goes. You can change it to 2 weeks, etc., as we get further away from this earnings season that we're in right now. Now, let me go ahead and pull up an example. Let me see. OPRX? No. Oh, also, when it comes to the price, let me see if I can change it from now, because price is almost anything right now. I don't want you to be trading penny stocks. Maybe over 50 bucks. Most things over 50. Yeah, this is the better list. All right, perfect, beautiful. Let me look at the first ticker, LIF, really quickly. Let me make sure it has options. Does everyone understand what we are doing right now? Live 360. Oh shit. Had earnings yesterday. And continue to run in $12. All right, so this first ticker in the top left corner just recently had earnings within the past 5 days. I think it was actually today or yesterday, it looks like. After hours, the continuation, right? This is playing on the continuation of the move. Next stock, NRG. So we can, of course, see a potential continuation on LIF. It could be a week, 2 weeks, a few days, but we can expect a continuation from this list right here.
Are we allowed to ask questions at this point, or do you want us to wait till you get finished?
Ask questions always. I don't
Okay.
mind. Go ahead.
Question. So, good evening, everybody. So basically, what I'm looking at right now is this, like you actually put all of the different tickers there, or
The screener or the scanner itself, I put the filters together, and by default, you're able to just click on it and be able to get all these listed tickers. So right now it has a page of one based off of these exact filters within the past 5 days, under $50, the average volume over 500,000. It has options, and they've recently had earnings, and they've done well.
Are you able to specifically put in ones like you know how we normally as far as like you like Tesla? So if you like Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, Apple.
So if you wanted to
Amazon.
go based off of kind of like a sector.
Yeah. No, not really more so like a sector. Can it be randomly, or it has to be
So this is based off of just earnings. So they had earnings, they reported. So it's going to be based off of the past 5 days. Those stocks like Tesla, Nvidia haven't had earnings within the past 5 days. Here's an example, SE. We just jumped into SE. That can potentially be one of those stocks that continue that trend up from that earnings. You see it's on the list right here.
So it's telling us the stocks that can potentially still go up.
Continue, and they've reported
Continue.
earnings. Exactly.
Right. Oh, okay. Okay. So just in particular, those have actually reported earnings, and it won't.
Correct.
It doesn't go by sector though, right?
It's not going to be by sector, but you can change it to sectors. So let's say if I only wanted to see the energy stocks that reported earnings within the past 5 days that are over $50, that have over 500,000 in average volume, and that have options. So now I can look at only that sector. But this is just all sectors: health, financial, EV, anything within the past 5 days that have reported earnings. And then you can change the filter from over $30, $40, $50, depending on how much you're going to be spending. Keep the questions going. Keep the questions.
Thank you, Nico. Thank you. Thank you.
Bro. Does everyone see how to use this to make it easier for themselves? So if a company,
one more time.
which part? Which part?
Okay, I see where you put in your filters. Right.
So the strategy itself is finding stocks, this filtered found it, that have reported earnings within the past 5 days. You want to go through that list to see which ones have beat earnings. And I'm not saying just even or they miss. I'm saying they beat earnings, right? Normally, what we normally see when a company reports earnings after hours, we'll see a big pop. It'll be up $20, 10%, 8%, 9%, 15%. But what do we normally see after that? We'll see some profit taking, but then that trend continues in that direction it was going. I said it before, Tesla had earnings. It beat earnings. Weeks after, it was still going up. Then sooner or later, that run starts to deflate, kind of starts to losing gas. So we're capitalizing on the move after earnings, not during earnings, because what happens? We can get IB crush when we jump into it, even if we buy a call or a put. But if we're playing the reaction after and we're putting time on it, we can capitalize on that time after the earnings because it just reported great news. It just reported good news. That's why we've been doing swings for the past week, 2 weeks. The market's been in the position of just good news, good news, good news. So we're able to swing. I'm normally not trying to swing. I'll maybe have one here, one there. I'm damn near having most of my positions able to swing because of the condition of the market we're in now. We didn't have that before. So now this is a nice strategy to be able to capitalize on the continuations of the upside on these stocks that have already been reporting what they've been doing, which is good. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes, if you don't mind, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So for someone like me, I'm a beginner.
Mhm.
I have this, I'm looking at it right now. So what does this mean for me? Like, say, for example, you mentioned SE, right? I
Yeah.
go to this platform. Let's just go to the first one. I think it says HYLN.
HYLN.
When I log in, let me see what you have on yours. Oh, you don't have that.
I changed it. No, you're good. You're good. What else did I need to do? I think that's it. Let me re-click it then.
1 minute. I may be on another page.
HYLN. No, you're good. So the reason why I changed the filters for the price is because are we really trading stocks that are at $1?
No.
$2,
No.
$3? Hell nah.
No.
I ain't trying to lose y'all money. So I rather trade stocks that are known to already be doing well, are known to already bounce back if they do end up going down, that are known when they do well to continue going up. So I changed the filter to stocks that are much higher. So price above $50 at least for me. It could be higher, it could be lower or higher depending on what you're looking for, right? But you can just keep playing around with it, look at the stock and see how you can really look at it and even see previously how it has done on earnings and how it has reacted.
Okay.
Oh shit, I put this shit under $40 on accident. Hold on. Right, LIF. If you look, go through the filter, go through all of them, and then you can switch it around just to kind of get used to being able to use it. You can set it up as the map instead so that you can see it this way. I like seeing it with the candle so I can see what has happened over the months time frame, over the 2 months, over the 3 months time frame. These are the daily candles right now. This is set up on the daily. Y'all know I love the 1 minute, but for the screener, I have to have it on the daily to see what the pattern, the trend that has been occurring. A lot of them, you'll see them damn near be sideways, and then that big pop comes. So it's kind of consolidating, and then that big move, right? The longer the consolidation, the bigger the move. It's it all the time.
Okay.
Everyone know how to use it? Everyone know how to use this? Speak up. If not, speak up. Speak up.
Okay, so now that we're on this page here and I can see the LIF, we're both on the same page. So what should I be doing next with this information?
So LIF, which is Life 360. So number one, I want to look to see how they've done. Oh, this man Trump is talking. Oh my God. My bad, y'all. China's relationship is excellent. Trump.
Rippy.
Is everything going up right now?
Are you smiling?
Are you smiling? Oh my God. Let me not look at the charts right now. Let me not get distracted. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I don't look at the charts right now. Let me look in a little bit. So Life 360. Hold on. Damn, I keep getting notifications. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Whew. All right, so Life 360. What I would do is look to see how they've been doing on last earnings. On TradingView, you can go back to that date to see what happened after, so that you can get an understanding on how it reacts during earnings and after the earnings. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Nico, I'm sorry.
So we would go back to see previous earnings that have occurred where they beat, to see how it has reacted after. The next day, 2 days after, the week after, 2 weeks after, to see if that trend has followed as well. That doesn't mean, hey, last time I didn't do it, it may not do it this time, but it's to get an understanding. Hey, I've seen stocks, the last 3 times that it beat, it continued that trend higher for a week, 2 weeks, or a week and a half, 2 weeks. So you can use this strategy to have expirations 2-3 weeks after the earnings is reported and after it has done well. You can wait for pullbacks. So again, you can wait for pullbacks so that you can get a better positioning on those contracts.
Okay. So right here, this particular page that we're looking at right now shows previous 5 days. So this is, it was done within the previous 5 days. So
they had earnings within the past 5 days. So they reported earnings within the past 5 days.
Okay. And where would I find the data for other earnings? So I can do
previous more than 5?
Yeah, like how, because you were saying to see how it reacted on other earnings.
So here's a good thing, actually. Let me see if I can do it here. So
On TradingView though, right?
Yeah, TradingView that's where you're gonna be seeing it.
Right. But where did you find the dates that it took place?
For the earnings?
It's on TradingView also. It's gonna be on the bottom.
On TradingView. It'll show at the bottom, it'll say an E, earnings date, and then you'll look at the chart after that E so that you can see the reaction after it occurred.
Nico, are you able to do like a real time, like split the screen and do like a real time and show actually TradingView as well?
I was literally looking at stock that had earnings within like a week or 2 weeks that beat and that reacted. That's what I'm literally looking for right now.
Hallie.
Which one?
Hallie.
Hallie?
Yeah, it just hit an all-time high today.
This man.
I'm
Let me
just,
find. Did Hims have earnings?
yes, they did
When did they have earnings?
last week.
Perfect. What was it, May 6th?
Something like that. Ripper ages, because remember they
Yes.
signed the
All right,
deal
so,
with Lilly, so they
all right, so let me.
ran.
That's where it is. Trading View. This is a perfect example, actually. Hims. So
Okay.
Hims beat.
Hold
Went
on.
up.
You said they signed a deal with Lilly?
Yeah.
Wallon, yes.
Hold on.
All right. Just checking.
Yeah, they had earnings on May 5th, last Monday.
May 5th. All right.
Yeah.
There we go. So look at that. That's what we're about to look at right now.
Respect.
Chart. I just seen that chart. Oh my gosh. Somebody cutting out. What happened? What happened? Ooh, C limited. Good. All right. Hims. That boy Dremon been eating steak and lobster off this ticker right here. All right, so I'm gonna go to the 4 hour just so that you can see.
Bro, I'm looking at April 21st till now, bro. What the?
Wait, okay, here it is. Yeah, I was about to say bad earnings. So tell me what you guys see right now.
Overbought.
Not bad, y'all. Not bad.
It's still going up after. It's still trending up after.
So what happened? Right. So earnings occurred. We got a nice pop, but look at the continuation for how long after so far, and we're still going.
Wow.
A good week.
Yes, there's going to be some sideways movement, but trend continue. Trend continue, right? News only lasts for so long. I'll always say that. Earnings likes to continue. So if we get some news that, let's say, somebody raises prices or a partnership, it'll react right then and there. Profit taking happens, but what happens later on? People start buying in back again. They see it's on clearance, it's on sale. Profit taking happen, they buy back in. Profit taking happens again, they buy back in. It's going to keep happening. That's exactly what this did, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a perfect example. Went up, profit taking happened, ran up again, some profit taking, and then ran up. It was curved, my bad. And then just continued, right? These short sideways moves, we already know those are consolidations, right? Those are times where price is kind of like tug of war. But who's winning in this condition, right? Continuing the trend over and over, back to back. Let me go to the previous, right? Earnings right here. This is another example. On the downtrend this time, right? It had earnings reported. What happened after? A few days later, we're still going down.
Mm-hmm.
But I love when the stock does dip because sooner or later it's going to go back up if it's a good company. So just be careful with those put pirates. I know y'all love them puts, but just be careful because if it's a good company, it will get bought up.
But wouldn't this be the ideal situation? You wanted that pullback to be able to get a better position, right?
For this, that's why I was saying that put pirates would need to be careful if they were trying to get puts after this type of earnings. Because for me, I'm looking for a company to have bad earnings because I know if it's a good company, I'm about to buy. I'm about to buy because it's a clearance. It's on sale. Let me catch the rebound, catch it going back up. So that's why when it comes to after an earnings, it may be a short-lived run down it may be short-lived, it going down because people will see it's on clearance, it's on sale. But in this case, look what happened. It continued going down. That's nasty. But yeah. Y'all like that strategy?
I'm chiming again because I want to make sure I get this. So for example, last week it shows that May the 5th is when they reported earnings, and it's in an uptrend right now. So say for instance it's tomorrow and I pull this up and I'm looking at this. Does this mean that this will be good based off this analysis right here? Does this mean that I can use this as a buy? Like
So
to get in?
you would want to be able to, for your entry, you would want to get it after the report occurs. So after it reports earnings, normally that day, it's going to do one of three things. It will continue going higher. So that's why sometimes we'll be like, oh, we jumped into an earnings trade and we're trying to hold to see if it continues to go higher. It'll be 2, where earnings comes out and it dips right away. So a lot of profit taking happens. Or 3, where it just trades sideways, which is the most disgusting shit ever. But it just trades sideways for the day. It goes up a little bit, goes down, goes up, but stays within the same area after the earnings occurs. Right.
Okay.
So we're looking for those pushes higher, of course. So we could even wait until after that day to see if trend continues. But let's say if it reports earnings, it goes up, and then it's the day where it just trades sideways. It's just choppy. If we jumped in early, now we're sitting in a trade that is just consolidating. But that consolidation could be for that next leg higher.
Okay. So when is a good time?
It could be the day, 2 days after, for example, so that you can get a position for 2-3 weeks further out, so that it has time, even if it plays out. So for example, let's say we bought this after we reported earnings on HIMS.
Okay.
And we put in a contract that was 2 weeks out. We let it play, it's going up, going up. As it's going up, we can be like these past couple of days, we would have been able to take our money for sure, because it gained so much in such a short period of time. The buyers are kind of like a snowball effect after the earnings happens. It can, people buy. Other people are seeing, oh, they're buying, let me start buying too. So it's like a snowball effect.
Okay.
Makes sense? Can this be applied, everyone? Can this be applied tomorrow, or do I need to break it down a little bit more? Can this be applied tomorrow, or still confusing? Let me know. Yeah, no, I don't get it.
I'm definitely gonna have to do some more research.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Can you guys apply this tomorrow?
Yeah, just look for earnings and then take a look at the chart, see if we're trending down, go short. If it's trending up, go long.
Yeah, take a time. I'm gonna take some time to familiarize myself.
Yeah,
But
get used
definitely.
to looking. What I would recommend is get used to looking at companies that have reported earnings and how they've done after, how they've reacted. So remember, in this case, we're looking for companies that have beat their earnings better than expected. So you'll be able to see that report even on TradingView. It'll show you if it beat the earnings, if it was better than what was expected. It'll show the expected and what was reported, right? So that you'll have an understanding on if it beat it with flying colors, or if it was, it beat, but something, right? But if they beat with flying colors, they're outperforming what is expected.
And also, Nico, if they find like key levels, also they can use that to, like, find where it's gonna bounce at, and they can use the continuation for that also.
Say that again, my brother. Say that again.
Yeah. So for instance, if the stock is on an uptrend, there's even if it goes down, there's gonna be like key levels where it's gonna find where it's gonna be buyers, and all you have to do is just, since earnings was good, you just have to chart it the night before, and then afterwards you just have to find that key level. Once it bounces, you just buy in, and it's gonna keep following the trend.
Perfect. This is my good friend.
That sounds like Spanish to me. I'm not gonna lie.
So
he's basically saying if you have your he basically saying if you have your support and resistance levels marked out before earnings, it's going to hit that level and then you're waiting for the reaction. So if it like even like Palantir, right?
Mm-hmm.
Palantir was at 125, 126 for earnings.
Mm-hmm.
It earnings beat, but it went all the way down to 104, which you guys ate on the puts, but then it bounced. Now it just made an all-time high at 130 today. So yes, the initial reaction with puts, but because the stock is so good, they didn't let it go under 100, and it hit that level, and it bounced. Then it played around with 110, got above 110, then it got above 115, 120, then it broke the 125, 126 again today, and then it hit up 130. So it hit the key level and kept going, which is the
Gotcha.
same thing that Nico is saying now. Mark out those levels, that trend would normally continue. So yes, that first day you ate puts, but the trend reversed quickly on it. So you gotta change your bias.
Got you. Okay.
My guy,
And
thank you,
and
gentlemen.
also and also now that too at CLTR, it was already in an uptrend already. When it
Yep.
dipped, all it did was like it did a lower low, it did lower high, and then it continued the trend by doing a higher high now.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You got it. You got
I
it.
got it. Yeah,
You
I
got
got
it.
it.
You got it. It's locked in. It's locked in.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
So, so far everyone got that one. Yes, no. So that's based off of earnings. That's based off of earnings and trend. Now, that's based off of earnings. Sorry. The next one is going to be based off of trend. So let me know everybody got the first one, which is based off of earnings. Y'all still with me?
So
I'm somewhat, because I end up running to the restroom and end up coming back in. So I caught like the butt end of everything. I do have a good idea, but I mean, if you don't mind, or I can just probably ask someone else in the chat later.
No, go over it. So the thing is, when it comes to trading and learning and understanding, I could say this once, y'all will say, yes, I understand, and then forget it tomorrow completely because maybe somebody almost hit you this morning and on your way to work or whatever it is, right? So repetition. I want y'all to ask questions so that I have to explain it again so that you hear it and it resonates seamlessly when you're sitting in front of your charts and you're on Zoom listening to Wall Street go crazy. Let it resonate. Make sure it's almost muscle memory, right? So the strategy again, just to make sure everyone knows, right? So we're playing based off of the reaction on earnings. So after a company announces better than expected earnings, so that means they beat with flying colors. So when they report and then you see the stock up $20, $30, $40, $50, up 10%, 15, 20%, 8%, 9%, what you're doing is playing on that continuation. What will happen is some profit taking the next day can happen, right? Some people are going to start selling, taking their money, but the overall trend would be bullish if they have better than expected earnings. So it can be for a week, 2 weeks, a week and a half, a few days where that trend continues in that direction.
So question. So with what is it, Finviz? I think that's what it is. So basically, if I can just kind of like give you like a brief synopsis of basically what you said. So I'm going to use that tool to basically, this is going to be pre-earnings, correct? Or post-earnings?
So the scanner is scanning stocks that have reported earnings within the past 5 days.
Okay, so it'll be post-earnings.
Post-earnings, correct.
So post-earnings, I'm going to take that information and apply it to see if that individual stock is still on the
uptrend.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're buying contracts that will be 2 weeks, 3 weeks out so that we can give it time for it to play out, for us to be able to catch that reaction.
But prior to that, I'm sorry. So but prior to that, I need to do my due diligence by actually looking up that particular stock. Correct me if I'm wrong. Look up that particular stock to be able to see like the sequence, like historical data as far as how it did each time after earnings. Like after
Perfect.
each time after earnings, did it climb for the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks? Basically looking for that like sequential data or something like that, like to make sure.
Potential repetitive trend when it does
Good.
report good earnings. Correct.
Okay.
It's not
So I
going to be
just
perfect. It's not going to be perfect. No strategy in all of this trading, I don't care who you talk to, no strategy is going to be perfect. So this is just at least understanding what can potentially happen and capitalizing on something that can really give us a large move, a big move.
got it, got it, got it, got it. Beautiful.
Number one, you can do this. You can start instead of just playing with the watch list, because I'm not you. I'm saying this is just overall in general. Instead of playing with the watch list, you can get an understanding on what happens. So you can start putting some on your watch list, write a note so that you know why you put it on your watch list. Don't just put it on your watch list and then be like, oh, why did I even put this and look at it later? Like I missed out on 20 minutes, whatever it is, right? Write a note on why you put it on your watch list. Write down when it had earnings and what happened. So now you can see, hey, is this working? Can I apply this? When is the best time for me to start taking the reaction? Because remember, premiums start to die down, so that IV starts to decrease after earnings. So sometimes you'll be able to catch a stock that got IV crushed and be able to capitalize on it. So there's something called the pre-earnings run-up. Capitalize on the IV going up as it gets closer to earnings. Then you can capitalize after earnings as long as it has beat with better than expected expectations.
Question. Hold on. So hold on. You know what? I got it. I got it. I got it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yo. What up, Perp? Dang, Perp jumped on right at the end.
Right, man. I was struggling to get on this. Stuff just kept happening. Crazy.
Life was life and
Hard as hell. But you recorded it, I see though, so I can rewatch it.
yeah. I'm gonna post this one tonight because I know y'all want to. I know y'all gonna want to listen to this one.
For sure.
So we went over. So far, we've gone over an earning strategy that you can apply after a company. Now, I know you'll catch this one quick. After it announces earnings, use the scanner to see which companies within the past 5 days have reported earnings. Then you can play the continuation. So if it was better than expected earnings, a continuation higher because you know it can continue for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, etc. So you're buying contracts that are 2-3 weeks out so that you can capitalize on that continuation trend from the earnings. You got it. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. Next up is going to be based off of trend, right? So we already know stocks get their height, right? So I use the same story every time. Everyone remember the fidget spinners when it was like $29, $20 to get a fidget spinner. Everyone was like, why am I even spending $20 on a thing that just spins? Because it was hype, it was a trend at that time. Same thing with the market. AI stocks trending, right? Right now, we're finally can go ahead and start looking more into stocks that will benefit from those different trends that are occurring. So let's say if there's more adaptation on AI or quantum stocks, we can start benefiting from that trend or that continuation. So after AI is quantum. I would start getting some long-term quantum stocks from now so that you'll be able to capitalize on that move that's going to happen later on. QBTS. Can somebody put in the chat the ticker? QBTS is one of the stocks that is quantum. So quantum again is after AI. So we got AI, robots, computers. Quantum is even more. Trey, are you familiar with quantum or Sim?
Like quantum physics or
Very funny.
That was hilarious.
That was.
Yeah, I
Yo,
know
for
there's a lot of companies now, even Google, they're starting to invest more in the quantum stocks. That's kind of like supposed to be the next, I guess, layer
AI-ish.
of AI
Wasn't we watching
because
like QS or some shit?
QS, was that in the list?
Or
Oh,
was it like
QT? So that's quantum
QTB?
skate.
Oh, QTBS or QS?
QBTS, yeah, QBTS.
No, I thought we was watching QS too, though. Hold on, let me go see. You know what? I think I might have added them to my watch list when you was mentioning all them. Hold on, let me see.
Yep.
yeah, so one of the main ones is IONQ is one of the main ones you can watch.
We was watching that one too, because that's not.
Correct, yeah. And then also Google they're building a quantum computer as well. So basically it can do like data that would normally take, let's just say, a month to do. It could do it in like weeks, if not days, if not hours. Like it's for it to process the data is much quicker. But the issue is, which is why they're signing a lot of deals. I think Qualcomm actually just signed a deal now with a nuclear plant. I think
Yes.
with Chevron or something like that, because they don't have enough power. So that's the other thing too, which them bringing all this manufacturing back to the United States, we don't actually have enough power to power all the AI data centers. So literally, we don't have enough electricians and we don't have enough power plants, and the power grid can't take it. So that's why they're trying to get the nuclear power going again, and also some other stuff going. But yeah, the quantum computing is kind of like the wave getting ready to happen.
It was Qualcomm, wasn't it? No, I'm thinking something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
QCOM did sign a
QCOM
deal
was
today.
yeah. But just giving y'all a heads up on what to expect. We want to be able to catch trends, so we want to be early.
Boom, yeah, here we go. We had QBTS, QUBT,
yes,
QS, and then what is that other one that didn't start with a Q, but it was like what's it like R? Oh fuck, I don't remember. I'm gonna try to think on it.
Rigetti?
RGIS or
RGT, RGT.
That's Rigetti.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Boom, there
She
you
right.
go.
She right.
Thank you. Yeah, that. Yeah, because that's computing too.
I hope you guys are writing these
Yeah,
stocks
the
down.
RGTI, yes. QBTS, all of these are in the QUBT.
Yep. I need to say the list one more time.
Anyone?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
write it.
There they go.
I'm driving right now. I would type it for y'all, but I can't.
All right.
It's dark.
Someone type it for us.
We got QCOM, which is QCOM. I mean Qualcomm, my bad.
Qualcomm.
Yeah. And then let me go back. Okay. Then we have QBTS, which is D-Wave Quantum. Then we have QUBT, which is quantum computing.
Yep.
And then we have RGTI. And RGTI is Rigetti Computing. And then okay.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is my daughter talking in the background, talking about she's ready for her drink. Like, I look like a waitress. The fuck?
You feel me? I'm gonna pull up the list also in chat. I see my dog Solo posting it. Thank you, brother. Well, whenever it loads, yeah, there we go. Write these down. Copy it. Put it in your notepad. Put a reminder, and put it on a weekly or something as a reminder. Because these stocks, you will love us later. You will love us later, I promise. The market, bullish. The bulls are in town. The put pirates are on their ships sailing away. Please capitalize on the trend. Don't go against the trend. The trend is your friend. That's what we've been doing all week, catching the trend. Don't go against what is literally in front of you. We're bullish right now. Unless we get some news for us to go down, that's why we will go down. But right now, the market itself is just bullish. Capitalize on what is going on. This is literally, we don't always get moves like this. You guys see that. We don't always get moves like this. So capitalize. Make sure you are taking profits. Can't repeat it enough. I literally say it while we're on Zoom. Make sure you're taking profits on days like these because they don't come every single day. There's days where we get choppiness. We'll get a move here and then a move there. But we're literally getting trending days. We're literally going to be getting days that it's going to trend. Capitalize on that. I'm going to go over another strategy. Well, basically what we did with MSTR. We bought, I don't think Ern was on here earlier. So we bought MSTR early in the week. Same thing with Tesla early in the week. We let that contract ride through the week. So last week, I think I got like 1,100% on MSTR, and the same on Tesla, I believe. It was like 11 or 8 or 900%. So that contract, we let it ride because we're in a bullish market right now. Each day, I'm still putting in trades as price dips. I'm not touching the first contract for Monday. So each day, I'm still capitalizing on the moves that are occurring. So if the stock dipped, I'm capitalizing on the move up from there, and I'm taking my money. I'm buying multiples so that I can leave another runner. So I have my first contract from Monday, and I have my next one from Tuesday. Next day comes up. We catch a move. When it after price dips, same thing. We're buying multiples, and we're leaving runners to be able to capitalize on again. So that's over and over. I'm doing the same thing. But those runners, I'm making sure that it is not all of my profits that I'm leaving. So if I made 200, 300, whatever it is, my runners shouldn't be worth $200, $300. It should be less because I still want to capitalize on something versus nothing. But if it doesn't work out, I don't want to go 2 steps back from what I just did. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone, does that make sense? Everyone, does that make sense? So we're managing our portfolios correctly. We're risking correctly. We're not risking our whole portfolio on one trade, right? Or one actual contract itself. Having multiples allows us to be able to scale out. The emotions aren't tied into the trade as much when you have more contracts because you can slowly scale out as long as your trade is working in your favor. Most of the time when the trade is working out, in our mind, we're like, damn, I want to sell this at the highest point. I want to sell this at the highest point, right? When is it going to be the highest point? Instead of having so much risk on the table, as price is increasing, scale out. So that means sell 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. A majority of your contract should be gone. So just in case if price reverses and is not going in your favor anymore, you don't have all of your position reversing. So I'm sure plenty of times you've seen, oh, up 100%. And then you see 1 or 2 candles. Now you're only up 80%, 70%, 60%. But while you're up 80, 90, 100%, if you sold 1 or 2 out of your 3 or 4 that you had, you really capitalize. That unrealized gains becomes realized gains. So you're locking back in what you spent. There's less risk on the table. Does that make sense, everyone?
I think the light bulb is going off.
Can't trade is like, we can't trade like a casino every day. Fridays we can get freaky, right? But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have to make it make sense. The trade we're jumping into, we have to make it make sense. We have to have a higher probability Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so that we can go crazy on Friday and put in that risk. But at the end, on Friday, let's say if we make money Monday through Thursday, on Friday, we shouldn't be putting all of what we made from the week. Put a fraction, maybe a quarter, 25% of your gains. So if you made 1,000 for the week or 500 for the week, put in 250. put in 100. So that's all you can risk. You did a scratch off. That's it. It either hit or miss instead of putting so much risk back on the table. Any questions right now, guys?
No.
Are dots being connected? Light bulbs going off? Like,
Yes, they are. Thank you for this. I appreciate it so much.
That makes sense. Oh shit.
It is, but I promise to you, like even with that, like it's coming together. And I don't know if anybody else agrees, but it's almost like I'm still not trusting myself to almost take the theory and bring it together and use it on my own and try to go from there.
That's okay.
Right.
That's okay because it
Like
takes
if I'm
time.
honest, like I just want to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So
No, you're fine. It takes time, right? I didn't just go off the bat and start just posting trades for you guys. That'd be crazy. I had to put in the time to build that confidence for me to be able to post and say, hey, I like this. This is why I like it. I did all this research and put in all this time. You better like it. Let me see it play out, right? I put in all this time and work to look at Tesla, got beat up, made a lot of money, got beat up, made more money for me to understand, all right, this is how it moves. Hey, look, I'm buying 20 contracts of this. Hey, look, I'm buying 10 contracts of this. For everyone else to follow me, it takes a lot of confidence, right? But that takes time. It's not going to be right away. So as you see what you're doing is working, it becomes easier for you to make your own trades. But if you only follow someone and don't ask questions or why they're jumping in so that you can get a real understanding on what they're doing, you're going to continue not having that confidence to be able to make your own trades. Because you said, oh, I just hit on this trade because they posted it. But you don't know why it's going up, why it's moving, why you took your profits. Ask me while I'm jumping in the Tesla first thing at 9:30 in 1 second. Yo, why are you jumping in? Why do we jump into Tesla? I'm gonna say it. Trend, the RSI, news, right? It was oversold, overbought, whatever the case is, right? The buyers were in control. It was struggling to break past this price. It finally broke, so I was definitely getting in. Ask us why we're jumping in to get an understanding. It broke past the support, it broke past the resistance, it bounced off the support, it bounced off the resistance. For the past
no,
week,
that's
it's
where
been
I would
staying.
need a little bit more
What?
fine tuning to support, not supporting resistance, but better indicators. You know what I mean? Because there's so many out there, and I feel like
Yes.
I'm just. And I know
So
everything still comes with time too, but just to kind of make it all come together so that you know how when you have the other young lady, I think it's something Kardashian, the other one like purple something, and then the other guy, I think one of the other young ladies like Kendall, like throwing this stuff out there because they're
yeah.
able to just like get it and go, 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 go. And it's like I get it one by one, but my thing is to be able to like have it like you know what I mean. That's
Okay,
So here,
eventually
I'll
hold
say
on.
needed.
this.
I do have a quick question. What stocks are you mainly watching on a daily basis?
Okay, so well now Tesla. um
So I think that's one way to start is and again, Nico can attest to this. There was a time where I only watched three stocks, and because I watched these stocks every single day with him on the 1 minute, we used to be on the 1 minute together at
Yep.
one point in 2023, and I would watch SMCI every single day. I would watch Tesla every single day with him, and you get to understand the patterns. Now, granted, back then I was only looking at the smaller time frames, but if you add that knowledge to the bigger time frames, you get to see the full picture. So one thing I would suggest is to watch the same stocks over and over, limit it to like three or four if you can, maybe five max. Even like this year, I've only been trading SPY, Palantir, and Tesla. Those been the three main ones, and I'll throw in Nvidia every now and again, or like a cyber stock or crypto or whatever. I'll throw those in every now and again. But watch the same stocks over and over. And also do not be afraid to try a different strategy. So yes, Nico may get in the first 5 minutes in a trade, but maybe you may want to wait to the first 15 minutes for you to see that confirmation. But just understand You may not have the same percentage, but it's just you building that confidence of, I see the move, let me just make sure the move is there and then hop in. So try different strategies, try to look for different patterns, look at multiple time frames, but you will only be able to do this if you're watching the same stocks over and over so you can understand how they move, understand their patterns. Like Tesla, for example, like on a Lotto Friday, it's gonna, those first 15 minutes is probably gonna push up like crazy, push up 10, $15. Then it consolidates, it dips, and then it makes a
Dang,
new
bro,
high.
don't tell them the secrets.
And then it does some other, this is what it does on a Friday, but you will only know that if you look at that stock every day. Even like today, I had a Tesla swing. Tesla pushed. I was working. I did not sell the Tesla. It went to like 50%, came back down, then it went to like 60%. I had a lot of stuff going. So I ended up, I put a stop loss at 50%. It hit. My entry went all the way up to like 250%, but I couldn't stay at the charts to watch it. But my reasoning on getting in on that on a Monday was because we finally got the China news. So the structure was good, but then we also had the news on top of it. So it's going to run. So that may be gotta find your confidence in there, like the charting, finding the TA, maybe adding the news aspect on top of that. Then also like Nico, I said the RSI and support and resistance. Like we knew pre-market Monday, Tesla went to like 323-ish or 324. It went something around there. That was your entry. Once it passes that mark, that was your entry because now you know it's about to make a new high and you stay in, especially after a big move. So this is just, I guess, some advice there, but try to
What you mean,
narrow
like
your
pre-market? Like when you're seeing it going
cor
up, what you like pre-market basically try to go ahead and get it
no,
in?
no. So what I'm saying is this is very particular because not every pre-market, but we knew Sunday that the United States and China agreed to a 90-day pause, right? And they were going to reduce the tariffs.
So that's on
So
economics, not more so
yeah,
than
yeah, so that's news. So we knew SPY went from 613 to 480 because of the China tariffs. That was the reason SPY went from all-time highs to 480. So the reason why it's been going back up is because they've been loosening the tariffs. So now that we got that news on Monday, the main stocks that are affected by China are running now. Tesla is running up now because most they need the sales in China to make money. So
so
that's just understanding the news aspect, but you can also look at the charts to see it had bad earnings, but like it's the bulls stepped up to buy more of it.
Mhm.
But yeah.
So I know earlier Nico said, I think that was today that he said that
hmm
that basically, or it could have been yesterday, that you can be able to look at no, this had to be yesterday, that you would be able to look at oh God, Bitcoin
hmm
and a few others to be able to determine how a few of the other stocks are gonna go.
Correct.
So once again, that's going to come with the relationship that I'm going to have with that particular stock from watching it, and knowing how it moves compared to um the others, basically. So for
Correct.
you
So
guys to know that
mhm.
certain stocks move with Bitcoin, because that doesn't apply to every single stock, correct?
Nah.
Correct. Yeah. So like what happened is like coin today moved outside of Bitcoin because it got added to the S&P 500. So it moved outside of Bitcoin. So that's an app and exchange where people buy their cryptos on there on Coinbase. But MSTR is technically a technology company, but their reserve currency, how they like save their money or how they have their free cash flow, they spend it all on Bitcoin. So as Bitcoin goes up and down, so does MSTR go up and down, and Coinbase to a certain extent go up and down because it's affected by the Bitcoin price. Tesla's a little different. It's mainly affected by really what's happening in China. Delivery numbers, is the CEO talking about Doge all the time. Like it's other factors. So that's something as well is for you, for every stock you're trading, you have to look at how they make their money. That's the fundamental analysis. Nico is showing you the charts, he's showing you that stuff, and he also showing you strategies around the charts. But understand the fundamentals, which I know Nico is a fundamental investor as well. Understand the fundamentals. You could go right there to Google or Chat GPT, whatever you use, and say, how does Tesla make money? And they're going to show you they have services, they have the cars, they have the power, you know, how they charge up the cars. Like they have different ways they make money. And once you understand how they make money, you understand for earnings. And then also, if news come out, is it going to really push up the stock? Like if, like for example, a stock like Google, they don't care about how much money they make with YouTube. They don't care how much money they make with all this other stuff and ad revenue. They don't care. They only care about their cloud revenue. Their cloud revenue is up, the stock pushes up. Same thing with Amazon. Amazon has something called AWS. Most companies are on their server called AWS. That's how they, you know, communicate with their different servers. If their AWS revenue is down, like on earnings or something like that, they're most likely going to go down for earnings in a sense, or just in general. But if you see, hey, AWS or Amazon partnered with, I don't know, Snowflake for their web services, Amazon stock is going to go up because that's one of the main drivers for that company, you know, to go up. So understand why stocks go up and down will actually help you out too, and also understanding the support and resistance in that as well. Kind of understanding, hey, last year Tesla bounced at the same level last year because there are buyers and sellers at these levels, and that creates the support and the resistance levels for you. But I will narrow your focus. I think that will help you out so much if you
Mhm.
narrow your
I,
focus.
I do. Absolutely. I think that's key. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
And also,
My bad, Nico. I had to say that. My bad.
okay,
Nah,
and
keep
to add
going
on,
on.
and to add on to what Trey said, I see that you trying to focus more like trying to find like indicators. I'll say since you like a beginner, try to like look more into price action. Because that's like, because if you look more to price action, it moves faster than indicators because whatever the price do, that's what the indicators do. So if you can understand like candle patterns, like support resistance, and then key levels, that'll help you better than you try to find indicators that's gonna help you find price. So if you understand like if you see like an engulfing candle, that means that's gonna be a bullish indication. So whatever you find with the patterns, that'll help you with your movement and your entries also.
So, to piggyback off that, if you don't understand price action, it's gonna be hard for you to really understand what the indicators are telling you anyway, and it's just gonna be a bunch of noise on your chart.
Trying to find that price action video I
That's
posted.
all I use. I don't even use indicators to be honest. I just use straight price action.
I'm on the
Yeah,
same wave with you, bro.
Price
correct. And
action
like
gold.
even for me, I'm using the 9 and 21 and I'm using the Ripster clouds. Those are the main three things that are on my chart now.
The
And
Cause
then I
like
Ripster
have
cloud.
the also to start marking, which I kind of started doing maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. Just start marking the high and low of every day. And that may start helping you out to know, okay, price is past the high of last week. Because we were just trading Tesla 2 weeks ago. It was defending 260, and then it ran all the way up to 294 again. Then it came back down last week, and then it broke that, you know what I'm saying? It went back, it tested it again, and then it broke it. Then we had
mhm.
news this week. Now we're possibly going to be at 350 probably in the morning. Hopefully, it'll be up crazy in the morning because it's breaking all these big levels. Like I remember I'm in another chat and I'm telling them, like, hey, Tesla possibly going to hit 307. This was last week Friday. It hit 307 and rejected because somebody got a big behind sell button at 307 saying you will not go past this level.
Mhm.
But with Tesla, you will see a lot of big levels, which is actually good for us like day traders and swing traders. it'll break a lot of good levels pre-market or overnight. So it'll be good for us, like it breaks those big levels, but then now we know, let's just say Tesla go to 350 and let's just say we get a bunch of bad news tomorrow, right? We know the levels now coming back down where it's going to hit, possibly consolidate and then go down even more if it's time for it to go grits. So those same levels that were support where it was chopping and then finally breaking out, those are levels you mark off now. Even like today, go look on the 5-minute chart. Tesla made the high, came down, and it chopped at one point. It just kept chopping, kept chopping, kept chopping, and then it finally broke out. That level it was chopping, that's a big level for you to mark because it was that previous high from before that is
which was
trying to break.
323.
Correct. So it was trying to break that level, then it finally broke it and went up. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, so high and low of the day, if you could do that, that'll be nice. And then levels where you see it's chopped before or kind of kept like again, it Tesla hit the 293, 294 level 3 times. I think yeah, 2 times before it finally broke it. I'm not looking at the daily chart right
Yeah, I
now.
remember last week, well, not last week, I think like 2 weeks ago when he was saying that when it's smacking 272 multiple times, he was
Yep,
like, bro, if it doesn't break, it's gonna skyrocket back up. And he was like,
Yep.
me with Eric, we just watching that bit. And in the four
yep.
hour, must say went green for that day. And then afterwards, the next day, it did like a big gap, like 20 points up, and it just been running ever since. So like 272 was like a key level where
Yep.
like buyers will just step in every time it hits it, every time. And if you go on your chart, you'll see from like it was accumulating one level for like from 294 to 272 for like a whole 2 weeks straight. So
Yep.
once Trump Day was like a good time to buy, and then afterwards the week ahead, and then afterwards, and then the news hits within this week also. It just continued the uptrend after that. It did a higher high, and it just kept going. And then this week too, the highs of
Yep.
this week was like 323, and after it broke that level, it just did another high. So because it's an uptrend, whenever you're trading, if a trend is an uptrend, if you start doing higher highs, that means it's gonna continue the trend. So that's your entry to get in right there and there, and just keep running with it.
And that's another place to mark like your levels for breakout. So you can see that hey, it went here before, but it's having an issue. It's not going past. Then you know to kind of look at those levels to go find your entry. So that'll help out a lot for you. A lot. And kind of helps everybody. We are looking for those support resistance levels. So when it finally breaks, we know to get in. We
Mhm.
know to get in.
What makes sense? Y'all
Makes
still with us?
perfect sense. Yes, sir.
Y'all still with us? Y'all still with us? I told you I had some gems.
Yep.
Yep. They're here.
I'm here full effect.
To be honest, Trey and Sin surprised me. I didn't know they was gonna give y'all some gems like that. Shit.
Nah, I'm still waiting. What you say you want to surprise me with, Nico? You say you got something for me.
Wait, say it again. Say it again.
I think
You
that
say
was
you
the
got something.
first thing he was trying to show you there.
Was it
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Finviz one?
Oh no. I got something better for him.
Oh,
No,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
no.
I
We
was
not
like,
done. We not
For
done.
him.
My
yeah,
For
because
man.
him.
All right. All right. With so with Sen, the young man that was speaking, right? The strategy that he does is normally closer to being at the money versus being out of the money. You guys know I love my out of the money contracts, right? I'm not trying to go where price is. I'm trying to go if I know Tesla can go up $10, I'm looking for out of the money contracts. Now to capitalize on those out of the money contracts, this is going to go hand in hand with that earnings strategy that I was going over. Now, if you understand what a stock can do, so just like what Trey was saying, as long as you're familiar with what a stock can do within a week, within a month, it'll be easier for you to get familiar with that stock. So as long as you over and over repeatedly can see what a stock can do within a day, a week, a month, etc., right? For Tesla, I know it can go up 20, 30, 40, 50 in a week, right? But for my strike price, depending on what is happening. So right now we're on a nice big push. So my strike price can be $20, $30 away from where the stock is because we're in a time where we can get those crazy pushes, right? So I'm choosing strike prices that are out of the money. Now, while we're on Zoom, you guys know I'm going through the strike prices to see which one has the best volume. So for today, for example, right, we did, what was it, 218% on Tesla, and we swung, right? So 218%, but that was based on full volume. It's easy to sell that contract because there's volume as well. So I tell you guys all the time, make sure that there's volume on your contracts when you buy, so that when you're selling, it's easy to get out and there's not a wide spread when you're trying to sell it. So it doesn't say the range from 200 to 220 or 200 to $300 when you're trying to sell it. It says like 200 to 205, 200 to 210 when you're trying to sell your contract. So you want to make sure that you're capitalizing on those contracts that have a lot of volume, and you're choosing a strike based off of what you know the stock can get to. So with Tesla, again, I'm choosing strike prices that I know $20 out, $30 out, because I already see that we're in a bullish trend, right? So just like for Netflix, right? You guys, Dreadmon, you on here? You might not be. Or even Ben 10, no? Anyone? They might not be on there. They're normally buying out of the money, far out of the money contracts, right? Number one, price doesn't have to reach there in order for them to capitalize on that move. It just still has to make sense. So when you're buying contracts, you're not shooting for the moon. You don't want the stock, if it only goes up $10, you're not choosing a $50 strike away from where it normally goes, right? You could choose something that's $9, $8 strike price away from where it is, because if it does go more than what it normally does, like Tesla this week or last week or MSTR, then you can capitalize on those percentage gains. Number two, make sure you're adding it to your watch list, the contract, and you're actually looking to see what the contract is doing, not the stock itself, the contract. So double tap, for example, on Robinhood or on Thinkorswim, you can actually look at contracts and see how it's moving. If it's moving like a flat line, you're not buying it. You're not even looking at it. Again, if the price of the contract is moving like a flat line, so that means the price is staying around the same price. Like let's say if it's at $51, $30, $12, and it's staying at $12 for an hour, 2 hours, you don't want to buy that, because then when you end up trying to buy it, you'll be sitting in that contract, and if price never moves enough, it will stay like that and then slowly start going down like stairs. So you want the contracts that are literally moving, literally going up, going down, so that your contract is one of the ones that are that has motion, that has action. So if you're choosing a far out of the money contract, if you look at it on your watch list and it literally looks like a straight line, you should not be buying it, because you need a lot of action in order for that contract to start moving. So it'll be quicker for it to go to $1 versus increasing in price. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yeah. Yes.
That makes perfect sense.
No.
That's what I do with SPX.
Could you repeat it?
Yeah, that's fine. So to choose your out of the money strikes, you want to make sure, number one, you have an understanding on what the stock can do. So you guys know I'm used to watching Tesla. I'm used to watching different stocks over a week's time frame on what it can do. So if I know Tesla can go up $20, $30 within a week.
342.
Oh, you lying.
Yeah. Trish in the chat.
All right. So if you know that
it just tapped it.
My bad. I'm always talking about Tesla. If you know that price can go up $20, $10 within a week, our strike price shouldn't be $20 away, $30 away if we know it only goes $10. We're choosing a strike price that makes sense. because the value of our contracts are based on what it can do. Can it get to this? Can it potentially actually get here? Right? So if I'm buying a contract on Monday and the days go by, right, and it's just trading sideways, number one, time decay is getting affected, right? Number two, if it doesn't look like it can actually get to that price or that strike price, it's not going to gain value. It's going to be harder for it to gain value. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we're choosing strike prices that are out of the money. Everyone will be like, Nico, why are you buying out of the money strikes? Because I'm used to buying them and I'm used to seeing them go to 800%, 1,000%, 2,000%. That's how I can get a 2,000%. I'm not buying at the money to see 2,000%. I'm buying contracts that are out of the money, that basically with options, you're trading for the idea of it working in your favor or it going in your direction. When it's really going in your favor, that's when we capitalize. But when the stock starts to settle down and start to trade sideways, our value of our contracts aren't as much.
Is it a way to see how much a stock moves is it the only way to go to the day chart and just that's how you can determine how much it can move for a day?
I'm gonna show you a trick.
The average.
All right, so pull up Robinhood. Don't mind that. Tesla. Right? Let's say if I want to go to Tesla, right? And I go to.
Are you smiling?
I've been smiling, brother. Trust me. Trust me. All right, so let's say
it get 350. Oh my god.
I want to see how a stock moves within a week. I have two fingers on the screen, one here, one here. So I can go 7-day time frame away or 5 days away to see what price does within a time frame. I'm looking at the top corner to see what is price doing. 25, 65, but I'm making sure it's about a 7-day time frame away from each other, right? So I can see, hey, can the stock go up $30 within a week? Yes, it can. Can it go up $52 in a week? Yes, it can, or down 52 in a week. These are based off of what it has done previously already within a week's time frame, right? So if I'm used to seeing exactly what price is an average start from the end of February, the 28th to about the 7th, right here. So $20 here, let me move it over, 54 here. So about a $20 to $50 within a week time frame. Those would be my ranges for my strike prices. So if it does better than what it normally does, my out of the money contracts start to go in the money. That's why plenty of times that we've traded, we bought contracts and they end up going in the money because it's what the stock can actually do, what it can potentially get to. It's done it before. It's gone up $20 in a week. It's gone up $30, $40, $50 in a week. Right? So as long as we understand the condition of the market, are we getting overall news? Is it bullish? Is it bearish? We can play based off of that. If we know it's not overall good news, right? Right now we're getting amazing news. So once this amazing news starts to settle, right? Then I'm not choosing to strike price $50 away. I got to cut it down a little, $20, $30 away from where the price is. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Kinda. Can you review that a little bit more?
Yeah. So no, you're good. You're good. So let's say if a stock is at $100, and on average within a week it goes from $5 to $10 each week. It could be up $5, down $7, up $10. But within a week's time frame, it's $5 to $10. That's the range that it can do within a week. Normally for me, I'm always buying weekly contracts, so contracts that expire within a week. So I have to know what is the stock doing within a week, or what can it do within a week's time frame. So I'm not choosing a strike price $50, $60 away if I know it in a week, it only goes $5 to $10. So my strike price can still be out of the money. It could be $6, $7. So now when I choose that, oh my God. So now when I choose that, can you focus with that? When I choose my strike price, I can see it actually play out. I can see it actually get to that price. It makes sense. I'm not shooting for the moon expecting it to do something crazy. So if I choose a $6 strike away from where it normally goes, 5 to 10, let's say it goes $10 that week. Now my contract's in the money. Now I'm seeing 500, 600, 1,000% on a contract because it went further and further in the money based off of that. So when you're choosing your strikes, base it off of volume, number one. What can the stock do? And volume. So what can the stock do in volume?
I don't want to like kind of change it up a little bit, but like you actually having Tesla in the background going up, like it's a little distracting. On
No,
that
not
note,
bad. I'm distracted.
Oh my God.
on that
Are you
note,
smiling?
listen.
I'm big
Yo,
smiling.
Whoa, wait a
yo,
minute.
Nico, my contract bag goes stupid.
So
Huh?
I
listen,
really
I didn't
sold that.
take.
I'm
I
at
sold that thing.
100% if it stays right here.
My
So
bad. I
Hey,
opened up Wall
listen.
Street.
I
What's Tesla
Wait.
doing?
So
it's up $10. That's
Hold on.
crazy.
Let the young lady talk,
God.
guys. Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on,
look
hold on,
at
hold on.
simulated.
Hold on.
question.
Go ahead.
So like okay, so this is I don't know if anybody else wants to know this. So with Sing,
Close this out.
what is like, are you able to get into this action, like at this point, like aftermarket, to be able to put in a contract for the same?
Oh
But
nah.
you could get it.
Oh
You could
no.
get shares. The only thing you could trade pre-market is like I think it's like 30 minutes or an hour beforehand is XPX and NDX. That's the only thing
no.
pre-market you could
I mean,
trade.
that can I actually put out a contract to be able to get in?
You could set maybe a limit order, but that's about it.
So what'll happen when? All right. So I want you to think about this. Have you ever swung a contract? Serious question. Have you ever held a contract overnight?
I have.
When the market opens, what happens to the price of that contract? As soon as market opens, what happens?
It goes up.
Right. So it changes instantly.
Right.
So when you're trying to buy a contract pre-market or aftermarket or right now, we don't know what the value of that contract is going to be when it opens. So if you put in an order in the queue and say, hey, I want to buy it at this, when market opens, it's going to be a completely different price and it won't fill. So now that's why if I'm trying to get in and I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get in this contract ASAP, y'all see me at 3:30 in 10 seconds because I can't buy it in pre-market. So I want to be able to get in ASAP right away. So we have to wait until market opens to really see what price does. But to be honest, for me, I'm still looking at the contracts to see if they're juiced or they're expensive, to see if there's volume. So I'm still looking at all those factors quick. I just got used to it, but I'm looking at those factors quickly as soon as price opens. Shit, it jumped, boom, let me look and see what I can get into. All right, let me look at my strike prices to see what looks good. We all should have a checklist before we jump into a trade. For me, I only jump in calls. That's all I'm worried about. So is it bullish? Is it trending? Did it hit a support or resistance? Is there a catalyst or news related to it, giving it that reason? Who's in control, the buyers or the sellers? Is there a doji? Is it a big body green candle that I'm jumping on? Is it big wicks that are happening on the candles? So I'm going through that whole list before I'm jumping into my trade to understand, all right, does this make sense? Does this trade make sense?
Also, too, I would say for some of you guys, also look at market structure. So after you have charted, after you have your support and resistance level, boom, it's 9:30, market opens. Let's just say the first 15 minutes, I want to say different stock. I'm not gonna disrespect Tesla. Let's just say Hims is up $5, right? But then after that 15-minute candle closes, let's just say it goes down $4, right? But it went up 5. You need to then wait for it to make a decision if it's going to go back up past the $5 or is it going to make a new low. So either it's going to make a new high or a new low, and you could either trade kind of what they call the 15-minute orb strategy. You could trade that. You also have some people wait for the hourly candle to close. So you can legit wait to 10 o'clock and see the structure of the market. So now you're looking at different time frames because you may get caught up in a fake out, and then that's how people lose or start blowing their accounts because then they're hoping and like, hey, it's gonna go back up, but then no, the market structure has changed, so you need to change your bias at that point. So that is something you guys could start watching, but it only helps when you're watching the same, let's just say 3 to 5 stocks on a daily basis. Like if you notice Nico, he's playing pretty much the same stocks over and over unless there's news. So then he'll go grab a Snowflake, go grab a Crowd, he'll go grab MSCI, he'll go grab whatever else is out there. SE, he'll go grab these other stuff that's out there, PDD, because now it's time to play China stocks. But you have to still be prepared and charting these other stocks to then be ready when you see that signal to go look at the chart and say, oh yeah, hey, it just passed the resistance level. Okay, I could get in with him on this. Or you're watching it yourself and then you're just asking a question like, hey, can you chart this for me? Or hey, what levels do you see on this? And then those questions can be answered at that point. So I think that's something as well to build up like your confidence in trades. And even for me, like this year personally, I would get into a trade and I would see Eric maybe 5, 10 minutes later get in that same
Funny.
trade. It give me confidence, like, okay, hey, I'm seeing what he's seeing now. Same thing with Bag, same thing with Nico. Like we're all in a Tesla trade right now, watching Tesla go up because we all see the same thing on the same stock and it makes sense. And we all traded it 3 different ways. I got in at one point, Nico got in and got in again. Sin waited for his level to get past, and then he got in. So we all had different strategies on this, literally 3 different strategies on the same stock, and we all made money off the same stock. So just understand there's like more than one way to skin the cat, you know. So kind of find what works for you, make it simple for you, and keep back testing it, keep trying it over and over. You know, that's what those battle wounds, like Nico was saying, that you get, where it's like, okay, hey, I tried this, it didn't work, but did it really not work, or did you just get greedy?
Preach.
You know, so that, because again, look, I'm gonna be honest, like Nico has the
Or
1,000
did you not
percenters
have
a
faith
lot of
in it?
times. He has the 500 percenters, 600 percenters, especially on Lotto Friday. Again, I am okay taking 50% and going
Yeah.
home, taking 30% and going home and trading the next day. I may miss the whole move, cool, but I know the strategy I did, it paid off. So if I can consistently see 30 to 50% and the stock keep going up and up and up, or let's say I was in puts, just keep going down and down, I know my strategy is working.
Mhm.
So yeah, I want to catch the whole move. Yes, we all do. But to even get to the point where you catch the whole move, your strategy has to work, and why you're getting in the trades has to work.
Facts.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
also,
Like, yep.
and to add on to what Trey's saying too, like also with certain stocks, if you just watch it, like Nico be watching Tesla and everything, and I watch Tesla too. That's like my money maker right there. So a stock gonna give you 2, 3 good moves within a week. I don't trade every single day. I trade probably 2, 3 times a week. But when I get that trade in, I make sure to maximize my winners. So I don't try to scare away. What I do is that I look at lower time frames, look at candle patterns, making sure it's going the way I want it to go. So I'm big on maximize my gains. So because I play big, so I don't try like get in here, get in there. So as long as you pick you don't have to trade a whole bunch of stock. You can just pick 1 or 2 because it's gonna throughout the week. No matter what's going on, what news is going on, you're gonna find 2, 3 good moves within the week. That's gonna give you like 100%, 200%, or 300%, and then a good day might get like 1,000%. So all you have to do is just like keep watching and then pick out the stock. You don't gotta like, get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out. You're not maximizing your winners. You basically giving more chance of you losing.
Also adding on, understand that the strategy, it will work, but it wouldn't work the same way every time. You have to have patience and trust your research to allow things to play out. Yesterday, AVGO closed at 55%. Today, we saw as much as 700%. So what if I was like, you know what? I can't do this. Let me just take my 50% and go. And I understand, because sometimes you have to understand when to cut your profits as well. But if I have a target and I know that this stock is capable of reaching my target, it's just consolidating and moving a certain type of way right now, not because it probably erupted last week Monday means it has to erupt again on a Monday. Sometimes it could happen on Tuesday. Sometimes it could happen on Wednesday. Sometimes it could happen overnight, like how Tesla is doing right now. You just have to have patience to trust that, hey, I've done this strategy before. I've seen it work. I've seen it explode before. I know what I'm doing. And you trust that as long as you're not past your stop loss limit, I could hold. A lot of y'all be cutting y'all losses at 20%, 30%. And then when Nico says 200%, 300%, y'all want to jump back in. It doesn't work like that. You're already late to the party.
You talking about me?
Oh, my Lord. I ain't called no names.
A hit dog will holler. A hit dog will holler.
The truth is the truth. Like, listen, that's the only way. Number one, I'm very much aware and okay with criticism, because it can't do nothing but make me better. You know what I mean? So it's like, that doesn't bother me. Like, that is something that I've done. And you know what I mean? Now that I'm learning to, start with the discipline and take my small gains, and eventually, of course, I'll be there. Like I said today, I wanted to see those 1,000%. But what I need to do, no, my grandma would always say, you got to crawl before you walk. You know what I mean? So the thing is, I'm looking at, your progress and trying to compare it to mine, and I can't do that, So like you said, you've taken the hits and the bruises, and I have to get there too. So no, you right, a hit dog will holler. That's definitely me. I can't speak for nobody else, but that's definitely me.
Understood, but I don't know who you are. I was just speaking in general, because the thing is, when we trade, we tend to think we're the only person making the mistake. You're not the only person making the mistake. You might not even be the only person on this call making a mistake. Everybody goes through those phases where they tap out early. Or I used to run as soon as I see a reversal. I used to do that all the time. I'll be up to 300%. And then as soon as it goes back down to 150, I'm out. I'm tapping out. I'm scared. And then that shit will go right back to 300 and sometimes even hit 5. I've been there, but it's just a matter of developing your strategy and seeing what works for you. My main thing with a lot of you guys is the FOMO. If you take 30% or 50%, please understand that there's a possibility if you re-enter and the trade is still going for somebody else, it might not be the same for you. Your in might be somebody else's out. So unless if it's some type of reposition strategy, I need y'all to be very careful.
Any questions, y'all?
And also to add on to what you're saying, also, most reason why people tend to like get out of a place so quick and be scared and get up 30, 50% quick is because they play with money they're not willing to lose. So when you start trading, always
That
trade
too.
something that you're willing to lose.
That too.
So when you're willing to lose, they're gonna let the trade play itself, because a stock not gonna automatically go straight up. It's gonna consolidate. It's gonna go up, down a little bit. Then it's gonna go it's gonna do higher highs. Then it's gonna do lower lows, and then till they go to your levels. But if you're not willing to lose what you're playing with, any drop, even if you go down to like 20%, your heart gonna drop. That's gonna force you to be like, oh, let me get out, or I don't want to lose this amount. So if you trade something that's willing to lose, those fears are not gonna cloud your judgment. You're gonna let the play itself. So just always play what you're willing to lose, and then you're gonna be profitable at the end of the day.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's okay to stick to this what you know. If you're comfortable with $50 contracts, it's okay. Like that's okay. Just understand that certain of those contracts are not gonna move the same. Maybe a contract that's more in the money is gonna move. But understand that it's okay to do $50 contracts if that's what works for you. If that's what you're comfortable with losing. For me personally, I don't buy contracts more than $200. I
And
don't.
there's also stocks that are low cost that you could get a $50 contract in the money. So, just make sure and find what works for you. Just because somebody might be trading Tesla, that don't mean you got to trade Tesla. That just might not be
You don't
for
have to
you, for
trade
your
like
risk
everybody.
level.
Yeah, like you don't have to trade. You don't have to trade the way Nico trades. You don't even have to trade the way I trade. You find what works for you. You develop that strategy. You work on that strategy. We're here to help you. And that's how it goes. Not everything is going to be perfect at the beginning, but as time goes by, the light bulbs will start to click.
Boy,
Y'all still with us?
y'all so dope. That y'all for y'all good people.
Yeah, appreciate it. See, your success is my success. When I see
No,
y'all in the
I
success
needed to
section,
hear this. This was really good. I'm not gonna lie.
When I buy this, y'all telling y'all see.
Oh no, we're gonna be on it. That's what.
I'm telling y'all, everybody coming. We all coming.
Yeah.
see
Now
everybody.
we
We got a
trading on
boat.
the yacht. Fuck it.
Yeah, we need the best Wi-Fi. Shit, I had the worst Wi-Fi when I was on a cruise. I don't know. But what do you call it? I want to see all of y'all in the success section. One day I want to see every single one of you guys, but it takes time, right? It's gonna take a plan. It takes focus. It takes discipline. If I teach 1,000 traders the same thing, they're all gonna come in the room and do different. Everyone's risk is different. Everyone's tolerance is completely different. What they'll put on the trade is different. What they may see is gonna be different, right? But in trading, you have to think outside of the box. What makes sense? You have to have an investor's mindset. I ask the question every time when Netflix raises their price, what happens to the stock? The reason I ask that is because a consumer's mindset will say, damn, it's going to go down. They're going to all leave. As us as traders, we know they're making more money. That's a reason for it to go up, to benefit. So you have to switch off that consumer's mindset of you buying and being an investor. Pretend like you have $1 billion in the company, and what is this news going to do to the stock? How important is this right now, right? The tariff news and what we're getting right now in these deals, fire, beautiful. That's why we see these run-ups. I've been saying we're gonna get a nice move over and over for the past few weeks. We're gonna get a nice move. We're gonna get a nice move, and it's playing out over and over. The news that we're getting is beautiful news each day. So we benefit from that movement now. It's going to slow down sooner or later. We're not going to get it over and over, right? So we capitalize on it now, take our profits, leave some runners, and then be ready for the next one. And then the next one, and then the next one. I say it all the time. Even if you missed out, you sold too early, whatever it is, there's going to be another one tomorrow. And then another one the next day. Shit, there's probably 20, 30, 40, 50 of them or more. There's 3,500 plus stocks we can trade options on. I promise there's an opportunity somewhere. But you have to realize that. So when the greed starts kicking in, say, oh shit, I'm good. I got my 100%. Let me sell it. There's another opportunity.
I think what's important to remember, like, I think I'm like real critical on myself. So I like to say the things that, most people probably won't say out in the open. But what happens is that when you start to see that, like for example, like that 1,000%, and if you're not having that discipline, which I have to constantly remind myself, and I will only like put a certain amount of money forward, so I can't go back in, go snatch some more money and try to trade again to try to reach that, because you'll start to reach and grab for that too. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to know and get the strategy and literally start and try to do those baby steps and keep trying to. Now, what happens also in this time frame too, that we're working with a group of people that don't mind, hey, listen, this is what I'm taking. I'm about to take this particular contract. And what'll happen is you can jump on that wave. But I'm talking about that's their wave. I'm talking about something that's actually mine and mine only. So it's not like y'all, it's like with saying all of this, you'll be forgot about. Yes, that part of it is going to take time, but we're still working with like a group of people from what I see in my little account that has just grown in the past few days, that you guys still include us along in that ride. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
So it's not like, you know what I mean, y'all just eating alone. It's like, listen, I'm taking this and this is why I'm taking it. Even if I'm not fully understanding why you're taking it, it's like I trust your judgment, knowing that Tesla is your baby. You know what I mean? So moving forward. So it's like, even if I knew that, you know what, it's possible that, you know what, it can go upside down and take it in reverse. It's like trusting the people that, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And seeing that you guys have put in the work. So it's not like you guys are just gonna be, you know what I mean, eating alone too. But
So
you have to
with
do
me,
more.
I like the way that I trade also. So I've been in a lot of groups where they'll put big trades that no one's gonna follow. Right? I try to diversify because I know that some people have $100 portfolio, 200, 20,000, 100,000, 200,000, right? So everyone's portfolio size is still going to be different. So I still accommodate for every portfolio size.
That's what's up. Like, I think somebody said it on the call today. Does anybody have anything for like a smaller account? And the young lady, she's on tonight. I heard her voice. She actually said it. She was like, "Oh well, this," and that's so important. Like it like you said, I've been on in other groups to where they're only trading these accounts that literally, I'm like, listen, man, if I get into that and I get out, I'm coming to your house to blow it up. Because if I lose,
Nah, for real.
I'm losing my mind too. So, hey, you better hope this go up, because I'm telling you, they don't even know their life be on the line. So it's like, to be able to actually, hey, listen, do you guys have anything for a smaller account, and not feel judged, and literally be able to get in, get your small gains, and eventually get there too.
It's big gains. It's not small gains. It's big gains.
And also,
I have a
Nico,
question. What is considered like a small account contract?
Everyone's is different. So everyone's is different. A small portfolio could be $100. So if they want a small contract, it would be $14, $15, $20. But let's say someone has $1,000. Say I want a small contract. Hey, it could be $100, $200, $150. Makes sense?
Because maybe just me and my poor risk management, but I literally never upload more than $300, and I will buy $100 contract every time. Like,
that's good.
I don't know. Everybody, like I said,
So here's the thing, Kazia. Over time, your strategy works, right? So you don't need a lot of money for you to be able to make money, because your strategy works. So if you were given a big portfolio, you already know how to manage it, because you can make a small portfolio into a big portfolio. So you can continue with the same strategy on 100,000, 200,000, the same way that you would manage that one. That's the key. Understanding how to make a small portfolio into a big one in order for you to be able to keep it. If you keep blowing accounts, then it makes no sense.
Right. But I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I'm going to be very transparent. I don't know what it is, but I just get nervous trading a certain amount of money. With all the confidence that I have calling all these trades, I feel like if I put 2-3 bands in the trade, I don't know, I might not be able to sleep. And I don't think I'm a horrible trader.
Nah, I feel that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm the same way too, because depending, like, I trade big, like Nico know, but like depending like if
This
I
nigga,
who's speaking, because ain't no way
this money bag having that nigga.
if I play with, like, okay, I'll play with 10K, I'm fine with that. But if I play like with 20, 50K, then I'll be
this man
scared.
is speaking above my listen.
10K.
That's above my budget.
Sin,
Hey, that boy wouldn't talking that talk.
So hold on, Sin. Tell them what your average amount that you do on your contracts, bro.
Like the average, like now with I say 10K.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no,
They talk
See,
about that. Eric be
Hey, I'm
getting
gonna be there in a
but
couple months,
here,
dog. I'm
look.
on my way. Don't worry about
Now
it.
look, listen to Sin
Hey,
right
so
now. Look.
I have a
Sketchy though.
question. With that 10K, is it $10,000 contracts or is it like
Like I get,
$50,
I get
$100
multiple.
contracts?
I get
Multiples
like
to
if I
add
get
up.
Tesla, I get multiple add-ons. Cause like that's why I trade like 2-3 times a week. Cause like with Tesla, I can get like 500%, 600% within a week, and I'm fine with that. That's why I trade like 1-2 times a week.
And call it a day.
That's it.
Nah, that junker had me smoking so many cigarettes. I can't.
Listen, I have
But
10K in
but
the
the
market. I won't be
yeah,
able
but the
to
bigger your
sleep.
account is, the more relieved you are though.
Of course. And don't get me wrong, like I do want to just leave an account, flip over, flip over, flip over. I do want to do that. But I still feel like no matter how big my account, I just don't know if I'll ever be able to.
Kazia, keep doing what you're doing now because it's working. What I would say to do is keep doing that 300.
Yeah.
As you
I
get
think I
your
want to
gain.
grow gradually.
No. I'm saying this. Keep doing what you're doing, right? As you get your 300, you make your money for the week, move it to another portfolio into shares. So now it's adding up. Put it into
Right.
dividends, put it in IRA, 401k, whatever it is, so that it's adding up. So that number one, you're not looking at it because I know that's the reason why you're doing it also, so that you're not spending more on the trade. So you're literally resetting. So at least having it still in the market and slowly gaining. So $1 is better than no dollars. So still slowly gaining while you're not trading it itself.
Okay. I'm gonna try that.
Also, Nico, with Tesla, right? You know how they be trading Tesla? They say it's not too much for them. They can also trade TSLL, which is like a cheaper.
Brother, trust me.
That's basically Tesla.
This man's name is
If you
Bad.
want to follow me and hold until my last contract, I'd be like, don't hold until I sell my
Because
last.
like TSL, the money is like $30, and it's basically Tesla. It move actually the same as Tesla, but the percentage be way better than Tesla.
Yeah, the percentages be.
You said
When I get there,
TFL.
E is in
TSLL.
Tom, S is in Sam, L is in Larry, L is in Larry. TSLL.
give me 2 weeks. I'm gonna be bags number 2. You'll see.
Hey. But there's one that trades even more than me. Trade in Sam. Man. Big money. But it takes time. Compounding, right?
Takes
Those
forever.
small gains add up. Those small gains add up.
They add up, bro.
Take your time. Take your time.
I started with 400 when I first traded and watched that thing go up to 80K. So it's possible.
Started with 300 and saying that.
Yeah, I want to do that, but I don't know. I'll be nervous.
Man, I turned
On a
my
house
like.
out to make y'all feel better.
Say it again.
Said I bought a house with my first account.
Bang.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not gonna lie. I survived a whole year
About
off my
$1.5
first
million
account.
house.
I was like 27, I think.
Wow.
Oh, goals.
You need $1.5 million.
that's right.
Yeah.
I don't even know
It's
how much.
definitely you just gotta stick with it for sure. That's
Yeah, you
all y'all
have to
gotta
because
do.
this
And if
game
you're
is
not profitable in your first year, who cares? Like keep
It's a
trying.
lesson.
A lot of people not.
you can't give
Yeah,
up.
because like
Hey, this is called tuition.
when I first
Whatever you lose is tuition.
because when I first started, I lost like almost 100K just learning.
It's
He's
crazy.
dead ass.
I'm not gonna
feel that.
lie.
I felt that.
I'm not gonna lie. I probably lost more like between last May to now than I did the first 2 years I started trading.
But I bet you got better though.
Hell no.
You
Say
didn't
no.
get better?
When you say you
I
lost
did.
more,
No,
you mean
I
like
did.
more dollar value or like
I mean
profitability?
overall, but because I was a swing trader and I didn't look at charts. Now day trading, I look at charts, so it's more room for error. I feel.
Okay.
But overall, I got better though. I'm just talking shit.
Yeah, that's like you basically paid for the knowledge. That's what you did. It's because you're gonna make it back. That's what happened to me.
Yeah, you paying the market. It's like going to school. You gotta pay your dues.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Some people's dues and tuition is more than others.
You ain't lying.
Price of admission.
But here's the best part. You have others helping you through the journey to make it easier so your tuition isn't as expensive.
Listen, that's sick. I literally started with $200, and literally discount is literally up to a little over $1,000, and just since Monday.
TOA magic.
Me too. I started with $100
Yo, it's
on
only
Monday.
Tuesday. What are you talking about?
I'm serious. And that's
Well,
because all the questions they'll
technically
I'm
I thought it was
always
like 4
asking
days or
questions.
something.
What's that
It's one
stand for?
day.
Come on, I'm always asking questions. You know what I mean? Like I'm probably like the first one on Zoom every single time.
Yep.
So
Love
I'm
it.
up early. I'm at it. I'm writing down questions, like comparing the information. I'm writing down the strikes that he says to get in and everything too, and then jumping in, and then I'm going back to understand, well, why would he enter? Like putting the questions together myself and trying to see what the trend was, or how far down did it go, the support and resistance, to look at it like that. But while I'm doing all of that too, I'm still able to make the money, so just in that time frame, that's, thank God for Nico.
Blessings, blessings.
Nico, thanks for this, man.
All love. I'm trying to get y'all better, right? I'm trying to make sure
Thank
guys
you, Nico.
progress. Always 1% better, no matter what. So as long as you learn something new, when it comes to, let's say you wanted to be a doctor, a lawyer, a veterinarian, right? As long as you put in the time and the work, it's repetition. That is literally it. Wherever you work right now, in order for you to be good at it, repetition. The one that's doing the best, just put in more time, put in more effort. They figured out the ins and outs so that they can make it easier for themselves. That's what I've been trying to give you guys, the layout, the news. The news is going to give you why the stock is moving up. Why is it going down? Why is it trending up? Right? That catalyst. Charting is important so you can understand what price is doing. What is the stock doing? Then you have to understand how to actually understand the contract. What is it doing? Because the contract is not going to move exactly like the stock. So you have to understand how to really trade the contracts. You can add them to your watch list to understand it. Don't just add it and say, damn, I missed out on 2 bands. Actually watch the contract to see, hey, if I would have had money in this, how would my money be moving so that I can capitalize? Was it the first 10 minutes it popped and that was the most that the stock did or the contract did for the whole day? Because you'll notice the first hour, sometimes it'll be the first 30 minutes. That's the highest the contract gets. Then the rest of the day, it's just sizzling down, just going down. So make sure you're selling at the highest point. That's why I sell when we're running up in the mornings. So if I'm jumping in at 9:31 and I see prices running up in our favor, I'm selling into the pressure. I'm selling as we're going up versus waiting for it to start going down, because my contract's value, let's say it was at 100, it'll go to 70, 60, 50, quick. I'd rather sell it while it's going at 100, going up, going up. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yep.
Perfect. Anything y'all need me to go over?
Nope. If we have, well, I know from myself, if I have questions, I'm definitely going to be reaching out to you. So
That HIMS chart look real nice for tomorrow, though.
Boy, the market look real nice for tomorrow. What?
So when you say it looks good for tomorrow, what do you
That Tesla swing I did
see
is
happening?
looking crazy.
Say that again, Stork.
Any meetings tomorrow?
I'm gonna go
Like
see what going to the economic.
Hey, UNH is up, man. UNH is up
There's
too.
only a couple of Fed speakers during the day tomorrow. Nothing big.
Thank you. Perfect. Tomorrow.
Yeah, S&P's holding 5,900 right now.
Oh yeah, we have nothing Wednesday. We have nothing Wednesday. Only Fed speakers, and then Thursday it gets a little shaky.
We have
Initial
PPI.
job claims and initial job claims Thursday. PPI and initial job claims. This is the first, I think, was it Trade that noticed also? The first time that we get it not back to back. It's like a day spread from each other. So
Yeah, they used to be back to back.
Oh,
So
yeah,
this
you
is
got-
wonderful.
You got Powell right after too.
Yeah, on the same day, all on
Yeah.
Thursday. So what I recommend
What if
What
he
I
cuts?
recommend, what I still recommend, because what if you don't? Take most of your money off.
Expect the conference from Trump after he finished talking. I'll tell you that much.
Yes. But take most of your money off the table so that there's not so much risk.
What
Just
time
in
he
case.
starts talking?
8:40
Well,
in the
to be
morning,
honest,
Thursday.
so going into tomorrow, if you swing anything going into Thursday, remember we have news before the market opens. Again, on Wednesday. So tomorrow, if you swing into Thursday, we have news Thursday morning. You can't do anything if you swung to react. So if it's bad news,
Wait. I will speak at 8:40 a.m. on Thursday.
What?
All your money
8:40
is
a.m.
closed for tomorrow, boy. I tell you that.
At Thursday, early in the morning.
Oh, tomorrow about to be fun.
Yeah, it's my day off too.
Tomorrow about to be fun.
I'll be up at 5 a.m. doing push-ups. Getting
I'll
ready.
be doing that too. I do my morning push-ups to wake up. I don't drink coffee no more, no Red Bulls.
You're tripping Red Bulls. That's not that you're right.
It's not good for you. No, I used to drink them shits for like 3 years straight. Boy, no.
Nvidia.
Thank God I never had these habits.
Good, don't.
Testify.
I just take Adderall, but yeah, don't do that either.
My bad habits involve my lungs, nothing else.
Word.
I felt that.
Anything y'all want me to go over specifically? We have no news, crazy news tomorrow, unless, of course, Trump says something. I think he is taking a trip and he's coming back and having a speech.
Remember, he signs the China deal tomorrow.
So there you go.
I think Benson said something about when Trump comes back, he's gonna announce a deal that he made.
That's what I was gonna say. He's gonna assign something. So definitely I gotta check to see what time that is, or if we can try. I don't think we'll know an exact time, but at least close to it. Hopefully it's not after hours. That'll be some bullshit.
Yeah, but the good thing is that since he's gonna be signing a deal, that's a good news too. So that's good. There's nothing
Over and
bad.
over. Just continuous good news, just benefiting the market overall. Any questions, yo? Y'all got a lot of knowledge from this?
Yeah, for sure. Can you please drop the ticker again? I guess because it's late, I'm not retaining information right now.
For Tesla?
Which ticker?
You said it was TS.
Oh, I put it in the chat and the Discord.
He posted.
Oh, you did? Oh, in the Discord. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
TSLL. So if I call Tesla, look at TSLL. If someone calls NVIDIA, look at NVDL. If someone calls MicroStrategy, look at MSTY. If someone calls Netflix have one, I think. And I think I would say search. Whenever you search the name, you'll see the list come up on Robinhood, for example. Even on Webull also, but it'll come up and show those ETFs. So an ETF is based on the original. So MicroStrategy is based on buying Tesla or buying shit. Tesla on my mind, my bad. Buying Bitcoin. My bad, y'all. QQQ is based on the tech sector, right? Apple, Microsoft, how those companies are doing.
Okay.
Any questions? Anything you want me to go over?
Nope, that's it. Good night.
Did you just end my meeting?
Wait, what about the free money?
Oh, see, my man.
Free money.
My man.
I know the market gives us that.
All right, I got $30.
Let me go first.
Hey. All right, let's see. Let me make sure I can. Let me figure out how I'm gonna do this.
Oh, not free money.
So
that's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
And somebody try to raise their hand on the Zoom. Make sure you can raise hand. To Tati real quick with it.
How you do that?
Everybody raise their hand.
How the hell you
That's
do
if you
that?
can't get it, you're automatically disqualified. I'm sorry.
Man, shut
I want to
up.
make sure
And then
everybody
they're
can
worth
do it. So
free.
everybody raise your hand, leave it there. I'll tell everyone to unraise their hand so that we
Man,
can
how do
start.
you do that?
That's why I'm having you do it now, making sure you try.
Reactions. Score reaction.
Click on your name, and it should say raise hand, or click reactions. Yes.
Am I even in the right place?
Everybody raise your hand. Everybody raise hand. I got $30 for somebody. You mean to tell me all I had to do was listen to this man talk about stocks, learn some shit that could change my life, and he gonna give me some money? The fuck? Raise your hand. Everybody. You two, Dreadmont, Earn, iPhone, Josh, Kev, Kim.
It's okay, AJ. I'm gonna take the money for you. That's fine.
Love BJ is crazy.
What you said we had to do again, bro?
Just click raise hand.
Where's that?
Reactions, under reactions, raise hand. I got 19 raised hands out of 37. Everybody, free money. Everybody, free money. This is the freest money you can get.
Wait, you giving money?
Yeah, I'm giving $30 out. They can raise their hand and answer my question.
Damn, that boy saw me do 25. He said he's gonna do 30.
You gonna raise your five.
Yeah, but you sending it to 10 people, so that's a little different.
Man, I'm regretting that shit now.
Hey man, same man.
All right, I'm waiting on my Cash App.
It's about to be one.
All right, keep playing.
He's about to have a raffle in amongst the raffle.
About to get somebody 250.
How many raised hands? 24 raised hands out of 37. Come on, y'all, hurry up. I'm trying to get some money. And then go enjoy your day. Enjoy your night.
This money going to the stock market.
I know.
Exactly.
Everyone else that's not raising their hands, not participating?
Nico, might as well make it 50, make it even. I added 20.
You gonna double it?
Yeah, I'll double it.
I appreciate you.
Well, dang, nigga, I'll add some too then.
Okay. The money talking.
There y'all go.
Oh shit, the money talking. And look at them people that jumped off. Oh Lord. Yo, Dremon, raise your hand, brother. iPhone, Kev, raise your hand. Love BJ, raise your hand. Millie, Nelly, Peaches, Salil, Tasia, Terrius. All right, I'm gonna only do the ones that have raised their hands. All right, everyone that raised their hand, go ahead and unraise your hand for me.
Done.
I was first.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
Well, you said I didn't hear you. I had to
Unraise your hand for me, brother. No, I was
raise
saying,
my hand.
No, I was saying,
How I do that?
You know how to raise it? Put raise hand.
Nah.
Boy, all this science you got us doing on here.
I'm making sure you click reactions.
Can I make it a black hand?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, I can. There you go. It's a wave. Did I do it?
Where's your shit at, brother? Oh, you got it all the way at the bottom? I don't even know how to look at it.
Oh, it say raise hand.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Look. There you go. All right, go ahead and unraise hand now. Go ahead and raise hand. Unraise. Please.
Them niggas raising.
Hey, this is funny.
What do we do?
All right, so raise your hand to answer this question. Damn, because this shit. There you go.
I get the one for raise hand first.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna split it up. So look. I'm gonna split it up, right? So I'm doing 25. Bags is doing 25. Trey, what you want to do?
100.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Whoa.
Matter
You
of fact,
serious?
make it 120.
Why you trying to up us, bro? I'm about to take a trip.
No, I mean, I'm in a giving mood, man. I made some bread, so I'm in a giving mood. I'm about to send it to you
I'm
right
gonna
now.
say this: Trey is a blessing, right? Just knowing Trey through my trading journey and learning and understanding the market, me and him learning like damn near side to side. So definitely, this man is a blessing. Just giving back. Appreciate
you
you.
know what? Since they're doing 20, I do 120, so.
These niggas, I knew it.
Set the bar. Set the bar.
I'm still leaving my 25.
I'm about to send it to
Nico, don't
you.
be like that. Come on now. Come on now.
Oh, they coming for you. I
All
don't got
right,
nothing
they
to
gonna
do
come
with
for me.
that.
Look.
They
So how
coming
about
at the
this?
Let's go.
I got you, Kazia. If I do 120, that means I'm doing no trades for the rest of the week.
Oh no.
I'll help you out with that.
What kind of
It
foolishness
got
is
quiet. It got
I'll help
quiet.
out.
But like, it got quiet.
All I heard was
Scared of
silence.
grandma
Well, you
trade.
know, I can do my own charts, but I'm not gonna do that to the rest of the people. So
Thank you.
Good
I
thing.
ain't that
Come
greedy.
on, man. We can make everybody
All right,
money.
so what's my total now? 120, 122, 40, and then my 25.
I got you, Nico. I got you.
Damn, nigga. This is what I'm gonna do.
Did you receive that, Nico?
It's on one of these phones.
Okay, I can't Apple Pay you, Nico.
I hope you didn't Zell me. Don't
I
Apple
did
Pay.
Zell you.
I can Apple Pay you.
All right, cancel that Apple. Cancel that Zell. I don't got Zell. You gotta get Zell wifey.
You can't cancel Zell, dog. It's gone. Oh, it did reverse. Okay, it
I know it's
reversed.
gonna reverse. It's gonna bounce back.
So what? You
My mom
got cash
do it all
out?
the time. Yeah.
Catch up? Okay, I need to send it to me.
And then what was I about to
That's
say?
delay.
This is what I'll do. I'll split it. So I'll do 200 on here. So that means you listen and you have to fully answer the question. So that means I'm having 2 people answer questions on what we've gone over today. The rest will be in giveaways in the giveaway section. So I got what? 240, 265?
How do you join that?
The giveaways?
Yeah, because
I'm gonna show you right now.
I get
I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna go to the giveaway section right here.
Do Cash App need to update? What's going on with that?
You see this little confetti thing right there?
Hey, Nico, I can Apple Pay you.
Nah, not at all.
Damn, man, nothing work for you.
Cash App. You could I'll give you a number to Zelle. Don't Zelle my number. So you see this little confetti? Click on
Trey,
that.
If I Apple Pay you, can you send it to Nico?
Where do you click on?
See.
So all these people that put the little heartbeats, I hope it's just a heartbeat to say I love you, and it's not your entry. The confetti right above the heartbeat, you click on it, and the entries will go up
Where do you see that?
under giveaways.
I see what you're talking
It's
about.
not in your channel, right?
In giveaways.
At 420, that one there?
427, yeah.
Yeah.
So you click on the little confetti and you get entered in. There the numbers go up.
Enter them things, guys. Enter.
All right, so I'm doing, what was it? What did I say? 200 on here. And then 65 on giveaways. How do you want me to split up the 65? Is someone being selfish or are we splitting it up? Oh, let me stop.
I'm not gonna enter.
Let me stop recording.